So pale. I need to change my color. I'm like, it's better.
Okay. So yeah, just hit record. So this is another crypto news and technical analysis with ReggieCoin and CryptoRich. I'm ReggieCoin, CryptoRich.
Hey, Reggie, thank you for having me back on, and thank you for coming on my channel because we're doing this together and it's going to
Right.
go out on both our channels. We'll level the links in the description below. And what are we going to look at and talk about today?
So for me, I mainly wanted to talk about Jasmy coin. It's something that's come up a lot. So when I'm covering other coins, I tend to look at the coin market cap or coin gecko and see what's trending and what's going up. And it's been maybe 4 or 5 times as I'm covering other coins that Jasmy has been shown up. So that's what's really interests me right now, and I'm interested to see the TA for it.
All right, okay, well, we'll look at Jasmy Coin. I know nothing about Jasmy Coin. Also, there's I want to have a look, we're going to have a look at the Bitcoin price chart as well. Litecoin, Dogecoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Pirate Chain, because I'm a member of the Pirate Chain crew, and Aptos, because you've done something recently on Aptos. We'll talk a bit about Aptos.
Okay.
And and then also I'm going to talk a little bit about a teeny weeny new layer one protocol
Mhm.
that I've actually got in and might be worth for people looking in at. I've looking into, given that it's right at the beginning. Imagine getting into Ethereum right at the beginning. Mm. Okay.
Wow.
And let me see. Let's share screens. Okay, this is Jasmy. Now, have you looked at Jasmy in terms of its
Yeah, so if you look at the all-time chart, it looks crazy, right? Because it was trading at like what, maybe $1, $2, and then now it's like 4 cents, right? But if you could go closer to like a year, I
yeah,
think it makes a little bit more sense.
yeah,
Um,
this is the monthly, right? So hold on a
oh,
second.
this
So
is the
this is
month.
monthly, right? And it listed on CoinMarketCap February 2021, had an all-time high
Mhm.
of $4.77, as represented by this wick here. That's
Mhm.
the top of the wick high. Okay, so let's move on to the weekly chart. Oh, it's all flat. It's all flat, but we can move it out like this. This, by the way, is Coin Trader. If anybody wants to have a look, it's free, no membership, nothing. Okay, so here we go. October 2023, it was wow, it was a third of a cent in October
Right.
2023.
Yeah, now it's like number 60 or it's in like the top 70.
Yeah. Yeah. And then what
So
we've
would you like
got,
me to give a little
yeah, tell
bit
us a
of
bit
an
about it, and
overview about
and
it?
then I'll say something about the
Yeah,
TA.
so I think you're not gonna like it. So so all right, so Jasmy is a cryptocurrency project by Jasmy Corporation, a Tokyo-based Internet of Things provider. The project aims to combine Internet of Things technology with blockchain to create a secure environment where users can exchange data in a trustless manner between Internet of Things devices and decentralized protocols. The main goal of Jasmy Coin is to establish a secure infrastructure for users to easily and safely and smoothly use data, transforming it into personal assets. Jasmy Coin is an ERC20 token that powers the Jasmy platform and plays a vital role in building its ecosystem.
Okay, so well, the good news that I heard in that is that I can keep it in my MetaMask wallet. I don't need
Right, ERC20,
bloody,
right,
yeah, another bloody chain wallet or something, right?
right.
Okay.
But the second I saw that it's, in control by a Tokyo-based like company that is not something decentralized, I was like, oh
Yeah,
yeah, Rich is not gonna like this. And I mean, me neither. Like I tend to prefer something decentralized.
sure.
Um, so yeah, so my first mind was like, all right, so this is almost sort of an alternate to
Pirate
XRP,
chain.
or
Pirate,
Pirate
no.
Chain,
Yeah, well, it's the opposite of pirate chain, which is fully
opposite,
decentralized, fully
right?
private,
True,
volunteer run, proof of
true,
work. Yeah. Okay,
yeah, mhm.
but to be honest, Reggie, I think you and me and many others were into crypto to make money.
Yeah, yeah. To be honest, right?
I hear vloggers, they say, oh, we want to use crypto to make a difference. Well, yeah, tell the truth. First, I want to make some money. I want to pay off my mortgage. I want to have a comfortable life. I want to be able to provide for my family. I want to preserve my wealth against this crazy money printing,
Yeah,
right? I want to
yeah.
be rich.
And no, that's the core value proposition for the audience that I try to reach. It tends
Yeah,
to be people that are, feel like maybe they're working, dead end jobs. They have almost no hope with their career path. But crypto is a way where they feel like, hey, I don't know, I could pick that one thing that could, 2000x, 10,000x, and it
yeah,
could change my life. So yeah, I see that crypto gives a lot of people hope that
yeah.
for a sustainable future by getting rich.
That's right, getting crypto rich. I I uh I mean what it has allowed me to do for the last few years or so is work part-time as a child protection social worker. I don't have to take full-time jobs
Mhm,
because I'm subsidized by my crypto. And right now I'm taking a break from social work.
mhm,
Look again in the new year. Okay, so look, from what you and I have discussed in the past with regards to technical analysis, what can you see
mhm.
in the Jasmy chart?
Okay, so based on what we've discussed in the past, I would say that we're seeing a little bit of a double cut. This is a
The
double cut. I see
double
the
cup.
W, right? So there's
Yeah,
so yeah, so at least it seems like there's a cut, right? And then it kind of creates like a little line, because there's a correction, right? And
yeah.
then it kind of goes back up. So there's just a cycle. So it looks like this is sort of following that sort of traditional, yeah, you said cup and handle, maybe?
But Caponando, it looks a bit like that. It does a bit, right? Now, I'm worried about your handwriting if you think this is the W, because this is a really,
Yeah, I got throw my
right? It does look a bit like that. What it doesn't have, a cup and handle, you see here,
Mhm,
you have a pullback at this point, and it's broken through. So it's not quite a cup and handle, but this is on the weekly. And on the weekly, the trend is upwards. Let's have a look on the daily. And we'll see about a shorter term time frame.
Yeah, this
Okay,
is as
here,
compared to Bitcoin, right?
no, this is against the dollar.
Okay.
Yeah. Now here there's a cup and handle, not much of a handle, right? But it'll probably show up on the 4 hourly chart because you have the top of the cup here, top of the cup here, and it pulls back, then goes back up and it breaks through.
Mhm,
This looks a bit bullish. This one. You had what's called a big boner bar, big candle going upwards, and then it starts going down. This is what's called a bull flag.
mhm,
So it goes up, then China goes downward for a while. Let me this might be clear on the 4 hourly. And then what's predictable, if it plays out, if this and not all patterns do, is it shoots up again. So let's have a look on the 4 hourly candle. And for those who are new to technical analysis, these candles, a green candle means price moves up in that time frame. A red candle means that price moved down in that time frame. And this is the 4 hourly time frame. And here, let's draw some lines here, trend. So there's the pole of the bull flag. This is the actual flag pattern going down. And then at some point, what happens is it shoots up and goes up to that point. Now, this all depends, Jasmy and all the other cryptos, it all depends what Bitcoin does.
right,
and Bitcoin's taken a hit in the last couple of days. So this may or may not play out, right? But this could be, for longer term holders, this could be a good entry point for Jasmy. Okay. So right now it's at 4.1 cents. And could it ever reach the crazy highs of when it first listed on CoinMarketCap?
Right. Well, but see, that's the concerning part is that it's controlled by a private company, right? So it's
We,
like they might be able to just take some off the market and then make the price go up, or they
yeah,
could dump a bunch and then bring the price down even more. So
yeah,
that's
there
the
is
part
that
that's
risk.
concerning.
Yeah, there is that risk. But the fact that it's backed by a large corporation
Hmm.
means that it has money as well.
Right.
It's not going to disappear
Yeah.
because they've
And it's
run out of
very
funds.
serious. Like I checked out their website, and yeah, everybody was either they've either worked. A lot of people from Sony.
Right.
So I have Sony executives and a lot of like banking executives that are on their board of executives. So yeah, a lot of very serious business people.
Yeah. Okay. Now on the monthly, there is a cup and handle possibly on the monthly, right? Which is, I imagine these banking execs, they would have their own their own coins, and they would want to get a return on them, or their own
Hmm.
tokens, because this is an ERC20 token, so it's not a coin. So we could be seeing, like, there's several points where a cup and handle could be forming. One would be here at about 8 cents, which would be a doubling from where we're at now. But also here, just under 12 cents, because what I'm looking for are opens and closes that are the same, because this is resistance when you're going under, when the price is under, and support when the price is above this line. So this could
Hmm.
be resistance. This could be the top of the cup given here. That's most likely. So about 8 cents. So you could ride it until it goes up to 8 cents, sell a little, come back in when it dips, and then buy back in again. That might be it. Okay, so that's Jasmy. This is Ripple, because we talked about Ripple last time. And there is
Wow.
a W here, double bottom. This is on the monthly. And Ripple is still a long way off its all-time high. So looking on the weekly, it is rather silly. We've had one, two, three, four, five, 5 weeks of significant upward trend. And then I've had to go back weeks and weeks and weeks to find lines of support, which is indicated by these dashed lines.
Hmm.
So there's one here at $2.12. And there was another one below, which I think was at $1. It's 3.83. That's the all-time high. There was another one here at $1.95 or $1.90-ish. So if we zoom in currently, so I said last time there's, what could be playing out in this big cup and handle going back months is, oh no, it's a bull flag. I think it was a bull flag. Let's have a look on the daily. Yeah, bull flag. This is the pole, this is the flag going down, and then it shoots back up. It was working out. It was working out. The patterns, chart patterns aren't guaranteed, they're probabilities.
The pattern that seemed like it was starting to emerge for me was and now this is like technical analysis just from like me seeing like what's up and what's down. What it seemed like is that there was sort of a trade back and forth from like Bitcoin as people were making gains from Bitcoin that now they're cashing out and then buying XRP and then XRP goes up and they sell that then they buy Bitcoin. So it seemed like there was a trade off where like one day Bitcoin's up 5% and then XRP is flat or it's down like 2 and then it sort of cycles. It's sort of the pattern that I felt like I was seeing. I could be wrong, but now Bitcoin's down a lot.
Yeah,
So it's like a bloodbath today.
yeah. Well, it is. I think what you're saying is accurate, and it's like the technical pattern, the technical analysis is a bull flag, but it hasn't played out. And now what we might have, oh, this is the wrong line. Let me just get rid of that. What we ha might have now is a double top. So here and here. This could be a double top. Now, a double top is bearish.
Mm.
Let's have a look on the 4 hourly. But again, it just could be a massive dump because of what's happened to Bitcoin.
I mean, I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's just so much hype. Like people get so excited about XRP. It's like just like not realistic expectations. Like it's almost like there's like a religiosity when it comes to like your standard XRP enthusiast.
Yeah, well,
And it's like I've seen that so many times with Doge. I've seen people with hopes and dreams, and then the crash comes and it's a bloodbath, and then they're like, screw crypto. So yeah,
yeah.
that's my fear.
But
When it comes to
but
XRP.
but Reggie, this is not the stock market. This is
Mhm.
crypto, full of passion,
Right,
fear, greed, right?
right,
Fanaticism. Because
yeah.
any good product, what any good product wants isn't consumers, they want fans.
Mhm.
Like Apple has
Yeah, for
fans,
sure.
Tesla has fans,
Mm,
right?
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
there's
so
a lot
so
of
there are,
yeah. Nobody does it like Ripple. The only comparisons is like with Doge, right, or maybe Bitcoin, but there's not many, cryptos that kind of have that cult following.
yeah, yeah, yes. So anyway, so here there's a cup and handle that didn't play out, but also a possible double top here. This one and this one, which is a bearish pattern, and usually the fall is the depth from the top to the bottom,
Mhm,
which would suggest that we're kind of reached it. But I've got the resistance. If this one doesn't hold, $2.12,
mhm,
next resistance at about $1.95. Now I
I mean, just
sold.
a couple months ago, it was like 30 cents,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So it's like, yeah, there's like a lot of this money has arrived quickly. It can also, go quickly.
that's the nature of the bull market. That's the nature of crypto. Okay, this is Litecoin. And I don't know if did we talk about this last week? I can't remember, but I looked at the chart, and again, this is the monthly going back to May 2021 when you had a all-time high then of $401.91
Mhm.
and a recent low of $55. No, $48.87, a cycle low. And currently it's at $113. So it's doubled from there, but it's still a quarter of where it was in May 2021.
Mhm.
Now, do you want to tell us a bit about Litecoin? As if people don't know.
Yeah, sure. So back in the day, Litecoin was one of the premier altcoins. It was established as something that was just cheaper to move. The vision for it was this is, so if Bitcoin is the gold, this is the silver, where it's a little bit lighter, it's a little bit cheaper, but people can have more of it. That was sort of the vision for it. But this was in a world before meme coins existed, right? I think um so from what so yeah, maybe like 10 years ago, Litecoin was consistently in like the top five of
Mm.
the cryptos. But and then maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, now it's in that top 10. And then now today it's just outside of the top 20 last I checked. So
Yep.
it's something where it's as newer projects are really emerging, it sort of the trend is kind of falling, is getting further and further away from Bitcoin and the rankings, right?
Yeah.
So personally, yeah, it seemed like I sort of was, delivering a post mortem, like, oh man, I remember everybody loved Litecoin, and now it seems to be, doing bad. However, yeah, that out of all of my videos, that's, in the last month, this has been getting the most traction after recording.
Yeah.
So I think that there's still a lot of people that are interested. I'm not sure why,
I'd say
but
there's a lot of infrastructure for Litecoin
right.
because it's faster and
Hmm.
cheaper than Bitcoin,
Hmm.
and it serves as a currency like Bitcoin. It's money,
Hmm. And it's so old, right? So
and
it's
it's so
been on
old for
all of these
this.
exchanges.
Yeah,
Almost anywhere where there's Bitcoin, there's also Litecoin, which it
yeah,
has, over a decade of history over a lot of other altcoins.
yeah, and also it's integrated into a lot of payments outside of the exchanges, so it's pretty
Mm,
easy to buy and spend with Litecoin, and it's a really, really great crypto. I
mm,
mean, what else do you want from money apart from privacy? But we'll come to that when we look at Pirate Chain. All
right.
right. Okay, so that's Litecoin on the monthly. Let's have a look on the daily. Yes. And again, it's been impacted by Bitcoin. And what we have is a Bart Simpson pattern. So it goes up and then it goes across and then falls. Right. And really,
Cowabunga.
I think what it's going to do, yeah, cowabunga indeed, is a sign of what happens with Bitcoin. But as Bitcoin goes down, I haven't looked at where the resistance would be about here actually. If you look, the last resistance on the daily is about 103. So maybe about $100,
Mm,
which is a psychological mark. But again, it depends
yeah.
upon Bitcoin. That's on the daily. Then here, Pirate Chain. Yes, 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 Pirate Chain. Well, this cup and handle didn't quite form. Didn't quite form, or it formed here. And then we have the handle forming. It's at 24 cents. I think Pirate Chain is a really, really good long-term bet because it's money and it's private money.
Can you speak to the private nature? So actually, when I did my video on Litecoin, so they said something about that Litecoin has some private capabilities due to something called Mimblewimble
Mhm.
that was recently added to it. So yeah, so I'm curious. So two questions about Pirate Chain actually. So like one, like could you speak to like what is the technology that makes it private? And then two, since it's private, you talk about being like one of the, being on the team there. It's like, isn't that like with the private coin? Aren't you supposed to like not know who is what? So,
Well, not everybody on the team makes their face known. The
okay.
current captain won't come and do videos with me.
Mm,
The previous captains did, right? This one wants to preserve his privacy. Fair enough, right? Um, It's volunteer run, fully decentralized, open source, proof of work, no pre-mine, no ICO. They have no money. Pirate Chain has no money. So when we want to do a listing, we ask the community to donate crypto so that we can pay for the listing fees. I don't get paid at all for it, for my coverage of it. And I would just got invited to join the team because I kept doing videos about it. Because my point of view is if there's no privacy, there's no freedom.
right,
I don't have the freedom to withdraw from the public sphere, then I'm not free. I'm
right.
always
Yeah.
being surveilled,
And
right?
for me, that's whenever I talk about what's the best use case, what's the strongest use case, just having that privacy, like that's like goes back to yeah, or sort of like that decentralization or that sort of economic freedom, right? So like I knew that Bitcoin and crypto was here to stay when I found out that WikiLeaks was being supported by Bitcoin. And,
Yeah.
that's something that it probably wouldn't be able to do today, right? But something that's decentralized, something that's private, is something that could, help sustain organizations that are doing good work that powerful entities don't want them doing, right? So yeah, so that's the thing that I really appreciate about private coins, privacy coins, is that yeah, there's so much freedom that comes from that, and opportunity that traditional money wouldn't allow them to. Government could just make a call and say, "Woo," let's take out their bank account. Whereas if something's really private, it's much harder to do. Which yeah, there's a lot of hope for people doing good things.
Yes, absolutely. And with Pirate Chain, the what it does is it uses ZK snarks. Now I don't
Mhm.
understand ZK snarks,
Okay.
but the outcome of it is if I'm gonna it's like I've got my crypto in a box.
Mm,
Nobody else can see it. I'm gonna send it to you in this package.
mm,
Nobody else can see what's in the package, or even that I'm sending a package.
mm,
But before I send it, you're able to check that what's in the package is what I say is there.
mm,
That's a very simple, brute, blunt explanation of how ZK, the outcome of ZK snarks.
mm.
Now, if you look on the block explorer for Bitcoin or Litecoin or any non-private cryptocurrency, you'll see something. You look on the block explorer for Pirate Chain, there's no data, nothing, nothing to be analyzed, except for the first coin that's mined. So you can see the Genesis coins in order to make sure that the miners aren't printing extra. But after that, nothing. Nothing, 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 nothing. And it's more secure and private than Monero and any other cryptocurrency that I know of. I
Mm.
did do some videos. I will start doing them again about comparing Pirate Chain with other privacy coins, including Mimblewimble.
Right.
Uh, but it is the antidote to CBDCs. And I think it has a long, long way to go in terms of its price potential and use case. There's a website called armada.com, ARRMADA.com,
Mm.
and people can go on that, and that lists businesses that accept Pirate Chain, that buy and sell their goods and services with Pirate Chain, and that's a growing number. And
Mm.
again, Pirate Chain, well, it will be impacted by what happens with Bitcoin, which we'll look at later.
Right.
And this is Dogecoin. Woof woof, the granddaddy of meme coins. And it was my Dogecoin trade and my Ripple trade because I've recently started spot trading. We're
Mm.
doing really, really well. And then Bitcoin took a dump. So it was hanging about here, which is about 44 cents. This is on the weekly, which was resistance, about to break through and then pull back on the weekly. And let's have a look on the daily.
So, and then the thing that's sort of concerning about Doge compared to other cryptos, right, is that because I might get the term wrong, right, but because I think it's like hyperinflationary, if
Yeah.
they're like very inflationary, so it's such that the market cap can keep growing. However, that's not necessarily always going to be reflected by the price because so much Doge just keeps getting generated and keeps getting generated that the market cap versus the price, they're not really tethered in a way with more traditional cryptocurrencies, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's infinite supply. Unlike Bitcoin or Pirate Chain, which have limited supply, finite
Mm,
supply, it's infinite supply. However, the price has gone up over the years
right,
because of
yeah,
adoption.
for sure.
Because of adoption. I
Mm,
mean, you can't even see it here, but we looked at it last time because it launched in April 2013, right? First time it
mm,
was listed, actually not sure April, but it launched in 2013. First time it listed in December 2013, it was 4/100th of a penny.
mm. I remember I was giving it out for free. It meant nothing.
That's right. That's right.
Just
And now look,
thousands. It meant nothing. It was like sending an email or something like, "Hey, I just sent you some Doge." Okay, thanks. I don't care.
sure, yeah, thanks. You sent me half a cent. Great.
Thanks for
Thanks,
this
mate.
garbage.
Yeah. All right. So that is Dogecoin. and it's just touched the 20-day moving average. Now, moving average, this is the moving average of the last 20-day prices, this purple line here. And
Mm,
this, I think, that's the 50-day. 20, 50, then also there's 100 and 200. These are used by traders to measure patterns
mm.
and price performance. So if it breaks below 20 day, okay, well, then maybe go down to 50. We'll see how it goes. Again, there's no, well, it's moving in this price range here on the daily, but it seems to have broken out below. Ethereum, Ethereum on the daily broke through this trend line here, this yellow trend line, which
Mm.
was a symmetrical triangle. See here? And the top line, this is a symmetrical triangle, and a symmetrical triangle is really a continuation pattern. So if price is going up, then this, when usually price breaks out, it carries out in the same direction as the dominant trend. Price is going down, symmetrical pattern, when the breakout comes, it usually goes down.
Does
Now,
this connect to Fibonacci?
no,
No, okay.
no. I haven't managed
I
to
know a
draw
few.
Fibonacci's.
Hmm?
I haven't worked those out I haven't worked out Fibonacci's yet.
Okay.
I can't draw them on the chart.
Hmm.
So, what could happen is that it goes back down to this line here and tests it again, which is about $3,350.
Hmm.
Dance around here for a while like it did there. And if it breaks through below, okay, well, it'll probably carry on to $2,400, which is this support here. But we shall see because it all depends upon Bitcoin. Now, before we go to Bitcoin, let's have a look at Aptos because and then I've got another crypto to look at, a really small crypto.
Yeah.
So tell us about Aptos because you've just done an
Okay.
in coverage of it.
Yeah. 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 So, last I checked, Aptos was, around the high 20s or like 30, in the coin market cap. The beginning of Aptos is kind of your classic, layer one crypto that's, says they could do high transfer speed, high scalability, sort of a Ethereum or Solana killer. But what's interesting about Aptos is they have their own language called the Move language,
Moon language.
and it um, it was founded sort of from the remains of Facebook's. Facebook was trying to get into crypto with their Meta thing, where I think there was a
Yeah.
project called Libra or Libre or something like that, and then that got shut down. And sort of some of the theories and concepts that were sort of created from Libra that ended up people ended up picking that up, and then that's where Aptos has come from.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just looking here, and it seems to be moving in this price range on the monthly. And where is it in Coin Market Cap on the
About
list?
from yeah, it's like in the 25 to 30. If you look at Coin Market Cap, it might say 25, but then CoinGecko, I think recently said 30. So yeah, somewhere in that high 20s.
Okay. All right. Now, again, moving in this price range, dip below. It's okay. It's bouncing on the 50-day moving average. So we want it to stay above this trend line, which is about $11.70. And perhaps another trend line here. So all I'm doing is I'm just looking for patterns.
Mhm.
Now, so from the bottom here, this one here to this one here, which would mean $9.38 around about. But I think also around about $10 as well. You see, there's a lot of congestion here
Mhm.
in this zone.
The psychological $10
Yeah.
line.
Psychological $10 line. Let me, I can show you a box. I want a box. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Around about here. Oh, there it went. Well, it won't let me draw it up. Or I'm not good enough to draw it up here. About here. A lot of resistance there. And hopefully that will become support and it will bounce up. But again, depends upon Bitcoin. Then before we look at Bitcoin, this one, Vector Smart Gas. This is not yet on CoinTrader. This listed on CoinGecko in February the 16th, 2024, with zero market cap, according to this. And it's 1,107 on CoinGecko's market cap.
Wow. Okay.
Right now, I'm going to be covering this. I'm actually going to be doing sponsored videos on this. Actually, it had no price there. That's quite amazing back in March. Um, although this video isn't sponsored, but because I've been in conversation with the team about it, and my understanding from the little that I know is that it's incredibly, incredibly fast,
Mm,
like stupidly fast. And that's why the team are so bullish on it. But then the team would be bullish on it because, it's their baby. They're talking their own book.
right.
And I bought I bought over 300,000 VSG a
Mm,
few weeks ago. And I'm going to buy some more soon. I'm going to get some more. Maximum
yeah.
supply of 10 billion because, well, all right, if this plays out, as well as say some of the other layer ones, because layer ones have done really, really well.
Mm,
They've done really, really well. If it plays out as well as some of the other layer ones, then the potential returns are
right.
ridiculous.
Yeah. And so yeah, so and this is something that I've said to, like XRP enthusiasts is that okay, so if you feel like XRP is the fastest and it's the cheapest, so then what happens if there's another crypto that comes along and that's faster and that's cheaper? You
Yeah.
know, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, right? So yeah, the game is all about speed, and then yeah, that just the cost to transact. So hearing that something is very, very fast, and it's so up or so in the top, not even breaking into the top 1,000 yet. Yeah, that's beautiful. That's something that I really try to preach to people on the outside that are just trying to get into crypto is that you don't want to just pick one of these top tens. Like if you're just coming in and you're really trying to get wealthy faster than later, yeah, you want to find something that's in that above the top 1,000. Something such as just as this, there's a lot
Yeah.
of promise because $2 billion is nothing in the crypto market cap. We're just 2 billion could just hit crypto just like this. So something like this that's not even at 50 million. Imagine if a lot of people just hear about it. All of a sudden, it can go up to that top 100 pretty easily. There's a lot of competition for stuff that's, past that top 50 into the top 100. There's a lot of competition and is really, really rapidly shifting. The further you get away from Bitcoin, the more chaotic the rankings is, right? So yeah, there's a lot of opportunity.
Yep. And just something to add to that. So one, this none of this is financial advice. So right,
Right, of
people got to be
course.
responsible for their own decision. And also, you want to do your own research. And yes, there's absolute value in finding good quality projects that are further down the market cap rankings, but the risk is greater.
Right,
Bitcoin
exactly.
ain't going to go to zero. Ethereum ain't going to go to zero. However, some of the lower ranking coins and stuff, many of them are dead coins. They've already gone to zero.
Right, right, right.
And it might just be the trading bots on the exchanges doing arbitrage trading between themselves to make it look like it's alive. The CoinGecko market feed is refreshed. So this listed on CoinGecko in February 16, 2024 at a price of triple zero, 0.0003. So it's done a 10x already. So if somebody had put in 1 ETH there, they'd now have 10 ETH here.
Mm.
Of course, if you're willing to risk 1 ETH. But I think it's got a long, long way to go. So I'd say, watch out for my videos on Vector Smart Cash. I've reached out to the team to organize an interview, but I will be following this. And I have got skin in the game. And then finally, there's this other cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, which my friends and
I
family were
heard of
telling me
it.
to stay away from. It'll go to nothing. Oh dear, oh dear. I wish I'd never bought Bitcoin. Of course, I'm lying. Right, here we go. So what has happened to Bitcoin? Now see this green bar here. This green bar serves two purposes. So if I move out onto the monthly, actually, I think the weekly be better. Weekly, weekly, weekly. This shows the number of weeks from the halving date. Oops, that's wrong. Oh no. Oh no, change the pattern. I want that back. Okay, we're back on the monthly now. This shows from the halving date to when the all-time high is projected to happen based on previous patterns. 18 months. 18 months from the halving to the next all-time high. 18 months in 2020 to the all-time high in November 2021. And I haven't drawn it for 2016 to December, but it was about the same. So that's one purpose that it serves, gives us an idea when the all-time high is going to be, provided previous patterns play out. But the other point that it serves, if it hasn't disappeared, here we go, on the weekly, is resistance at $100,000, which is it's been bouncing around, right, for a few days there. It's psychological. It's peaked up to about 103, gone back down. And how low is it going to go? Well, let's have a look on the daily, and I'm going to show you something. Now, this line here is the RSI, which is a way of measuring the relative strength index, like how strong is the momentum in a particular price action. Now, what these lines are showing is you have a high RSI moving to a lower RSI. And if I make this wider, it becomes a bit more apparent. The angle becomes more apparent, right? And then here, a high RSI moving to a low RSI, to a lower value, while the price is going up. So you got price going up, but the RSI going down.
Mm-hmm.
That is what's called bearish divergence.
Mm-hmm.
And the RSI is a leading indicator. It shows what's likely to happen. A lagging indicator tells you what's happened. So for example, if I look out my window, because I'm in Britain, not somewhere warm and sunny, it's raining. How do I know it's raining? Because it is raining. There's water falling from the sky. So that's a lagging indicator. A leading indicator would be I'd look on the weather forecast and I'd see there's this big area of low pressure coming over from the Atlantic across the southwest of England, across southern England. That's a leading indicator of warm, moist air moving over southern England with the probability of rain. So this is a leading indicator of what's likely to happen with price action. And this is actual price action, and this is bearish divergence, which suggests that price is going to go down. And where's it going to go down to? Well, the last support was about $91, $91,000, not $91. 2011, $91, right? It'll be snatched up by BlackRock and me and Michael Saylor before it reaches that point. It's
Just you three.
$91,500. And then otherwise, perhaps as low as $87,000 because we had a lot of support here. Fingers crossed, $91,500 will hold this blue
So,
line.
so question. So for you, what are like the signals that when you see that you're like, oh, we're really about to get into a new bear, cycle where everything's gonna just be red for a while. Like, what is something that you would see with Bitcoin that would signal that to you?
It's this bearish
This.
divergence.
Hmm.
Yeah, bearish divergence. And this is just a correction. Nothing
Right.
ever goes up
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
straight
yeah.
line, nor does it ever go up, nor does it ever go down in a straight line. And if
Hmm.
we look at let me go back to November 2021. Okay, this is the previous bull market. All right, so from a low here of about $3,000, it went up to, no, this was at $30,000 from to $41,000 and then corrected again, as you can see. Because there's always people buying and
Right.
selling, cashing in. And then there's whales manipulating the market. So from $52,000, it dropped to $44,000. Then it went up to $48,000 and then dropped again to $40,000. So even though the long-term trend is upwards, it's always wiggly, always wiggly. So the general background trend is upwards right now because of the halving till sometime next year. So this will be an opportunity for people to pick up, but don't invest any more than you can afford to lose. And this is not investment advice. Okay. Anything else, Rich?
No,
All right. Well,
no,
listen,
no, not
thank
a
you.
lot.
All right. Thank you so much. And I look forward to doing this again with you sometime.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
all
Thank
the
you
all our respective links in the description below.
for sure. Yeah.
All the best. Bye bye.
Bye.